Hello, welcome to a bonus episode of Hockey Inside Out. Now, the Canadiens doesn't look like they're going to be making the playoffs this year unless some kind of miracle happens. But what about next year? Do you think this team has what it takes to make the postseason? Rick?
I still believe it's a long shot. I mean, anything can happen. All of a sudden, you get guys that have, way above average years. But if I look at their personnel, it would be nice to have a real good feel after you see everybody in the lineup that hasn't been in the lineup for an extended period and see where they're at over the course of a real run instead of having bits and pieces where guys are out for 2 and 3 months, over the course of the year. But they're in a really tough situation with a lot of teams that are really good teams ahead of them. I think it would be a real tough task to get them into the playoffs next year. And, stranger things have happened, but I give them, the year after maybe as a team that maybe can find a way to, to get in there. And, they've got a lot of work to do to get there.
Yeah, they do. There's a lot of holes that still need to be filled. I think it's easy to get carried away with a stretch of decent play and the top line looking like a top line and Joshua Waugh looking good, and think that they're on the path immediately. I mean, great goaltending can change everything, right? If Sam Montembeault continues to do what he's been doing and the team takes a step, Kirby Dach remains healthy, hey, maybe they get super lucky and Lane Hudson is exactly what they want him to be, and he's in the NHL next year. Maybe David Reinbacher is over as well and things take a big step on the defensive side, or maybe they do something crazy in the offseason. Maybe they look at Vancouver and the continuing issues with Elias Pettersson and not wanting to sign there. Maybe they make a big trade. Maybe they convince a guy like that to be their superstar guy for this rebuild and they take a step forward. But the chances, I think, are very slim because of the amount of teams ahead of them in this division. There's a lot of good teams in this division, and in the East in general, the Metro is stacked too. So they have a big uphill climb right now. I think the best situation for them is to take a step forward, and they'll start to ascend once teams like Boston and Toronto start to fall down a little bit, and Tampa Bay as well.
As you mentioned, I mean, a lot can change between now and next season, trades, but I mean, I don't see this team making the playoffs next season unless there's some major blockbuster trade like that. Their defense ranks third in the NHL this season in goals, and their forwards can't score. I mean, and who are the forwards coming up that are going to score? I asked Marty St. Louis this question the other day, and he said, we got lots of young prospects coming up. And I'm like, well, who? Like Joshua was here now, and the jump to the NHL, you got Philip Massar, but it's not like he's going to come in and score 30 goals. So I just, the late, great Red Fisher used to always say, show me the players when teams, and like, show me the forwards. Like, who are the forwards that are going to come here next season and score goals? I mean, Josh Anderson's still going to be here, most likely. Is he going to find his game? The way he's playing now, it doesn't seem that way. Brendan Gallagher, you still got Yoel Armia, you still got Jake Evans, you still got a lot of forwards who don't provide much offense. And unless this team can find some goal-scoring forwards, it's going to be really tough. As you said, Andrew, with the teams in their division, they got to score more goals. And plus the fact they're struggling defensively. They have lots of young prospects on defense, but their defensive game hasn't been great. So, I just don't see how this team can, from where they are now, turn around and become a playoff team next season. They got to get some goal-scoring forwards. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a few, draft and developing guys. I hope Juraj Slafkovsky can continue to improve next season. Cole Caulfield can improve his goal scoring. Nick Suzuki's Nick Suzuki. I'm confident he's just going to continue to climb. He's such a good hockey player, but they just don't have enough offensive forwards in the team or in the system at this point.
Well, let us know in the comment section below. Do you see this team making the playoffs next year? And make sure to check out Hockey Inside Out for our full episode.